All right, so we coming back stateside, and we're gonna go into the deep cuts of the undercards, or yeah, this would be an undercard for the top ranking event that happened this Saturday. We want to talk about one of the show's favorite, up and coming, busy fighter, New York's very own Abdullah Mason, and that boy does not fail to not deliver. I mean, he always delivers. He always has knockout, one of the knockouts of the night. This has been how many? He's been on a streak of knockouts, and it was on his 21st birthday. So he went and had a drink or whatever he partakes in. I mean, he may be Muslim. I mean, hey, but he's of age. He's of age. I want to respect his dean and everything, but and what he follows. But yeah, I did see this one. I saw this one on a highlight based on the highlights. I didn't catch the actual fight live.
He fights out of New York because he's from Cleveland, Ohio.
Wait, yeah, I'm getting it wrong. I think he's from Cleveland, but I thought he fights in New York. I could be wrong. Because I know Shushu fights. Never mind. But he won this fight in the 6th round by TKO over Carlos Ornelas, if I'm saying that right. And, did you guys that?
Watched the fight, expected the victory, but I really wanted to go towards something that Shakur said immediately after the fight, as far as his defense. Did y'all catch that?
No.
Early in the fight, like get into these exchanges.
Mm-hmm.
So he has that. We talked about it before. He's still trying to.
Oh yeah.
He's getting his experience. He's staying busy. What did he fight 3 months ago?
Mm-hmm.
But he has a tendency to kind of take some hits. He's been put down.
Yep.
Shakur gave him that advice. It's like, hey man, you can be one of the greats if you kind of pull back a little bit in those first 3 rounds and kind of fill these guys out before you engage in these exchanges. One thing he said to him was every fighter is dangerous in the first round. So alluding to this fight, it's getting into some of those exchanges and stuff like that. So I know we expected a victory, but just something to watch as his career progresses. I know we're big fans of him on the show.
Yeah. Now let's put this in perspective, because we would be fans of this prospect if he took that advice. I mean, that is very good advice. That is sound advice. But let's look at the box office status of a Shakur Stevenson.
Right. Abdullah's building a name that potentially could be bigger than Shakur, correct? Right. Shakur has a lot of the animosity. As of this point, Abdullah Mesa is just getting all the love. So
right.
I think that's a good point.
It's the whole allure, or that whole gravity of a new face, because I remember when Shakur was becoming a pro post the Olympics, everybody was on Shakur. He was on Sports Illustrated. Him and Carissa were everywhere. He was plastered on everything. He was everywhere. So it's just that new face feel.
One more thing, because apparently, even coming off a knockout performance, they couldn't get the Zepeda fight done, right? Was it negotiations for Shakur Zepeda? Was it something? One of those fights fell through with Turkey because they didn't think that Shakur, according to him, they didn't deliver on the number that was promised to him.
Oh yeah. But was that because they had to step in, and someone had to step in for Kid Austin, and really and truly that kind of died down the whole experience, because that was a stacked card, and I don't think Shakur was the only one holding that card, because I think you could add in who else was on that card? Was it Bivol?
The card of the century.
Yeah, that was a stacked,
the greatest card of all time.
So I wouldn't put all that weightlifting on a Shakur, because that card was marketed in a brilliant way. I just think maybe the wanting to see Shakur fight when Kid Austin pulled, and someone came in and he did great, but You remember he had heart and all that stuff. We gave that person's praise, but Shakur knocked him out. But
Patty.
yeah,
I mean,
Pat.
but it's an even bigger fight though. You could replace Kid Austin with the proposed bout that we're talking about here.
Mhm.
It's a bigger because Zepeda's coming off the victory against Farmer,
Right.
right?
Right,
Same
right.
weight class. Am I mistaken or no? Same weight class.
Tevin Farmer's in the same division.
So that's
Same.
what I'm saying. So it was a matchup between Zepeda and Shakur. It's a bigger name than
Yeah.
Floyd Austin. I mean, hey, but if was a fifth.
Yeah. And like you're very right. Like we've not really tested Shakur's stardom because he's been under top ranking, right? That was his last ever promoter, right? And a lot of his fights were aired for free. So now you're getting the cheat code of ESPN. So his numbers literally said that he had the most watched fights of the year 2023, right? But literally, you and I don't not pay-per-view. They were being aired, or I think on ESPN Plus or regular ESPN. I can't remember. So they're kind of true, but they're kind of it's false. So we don't know his level of stardom. Like we don't know. Like I could tell you this, with you may not like this part, but Tank goes to Atlanta, sells out. Mercedes Benz sells out. He puts butts to the seats, and you could see what his stardom is like. I can't wait to see what Shakur can do on that. His contemporary or his peers, let's say Ryan Garcia, we've seen what Ryan has done. He's brought butts to the seats. Who else? Even freaking Devin Haney. To a certain point, he brought some people to see him fight. But that Ryan and Devin was a big one. So I don't know. I really don't know what those numbers look like and how much of a star. But if you ask Shakur on his Twitter, he's the guy. And he'll tell you, look at my ESPN numbers. So I don't know.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll find out.